Hello everybody, it's Serafina and I'm here with your daily tarot insight. So before we begin, I would like to call upon the spirit of the universe that loves us unconditionally. I would like to call upon the spirits of this land, of this ocean, and of this island, and I thank them for holding the space and their ancient wisdom. And I would like to call upon my guides, ancestors, archangels, and team of light, higher self, and I thank them for their guidance with this collective reading. So an important thing that's happening today astrologically is that Jupiter and Neptune are meeting in Pisces, and this only happens every 166 years. So this is literally a once in a lifetime conjunction. So I would like to ask the spirit of the universe, what guidance is there for the collective today? What guidance is there for the collective today? We have the Knight of Cups. Already very dreamy, very watery, emotional realms. What further guidance is there? Oh, we have the card of Judgment. What further guidance is there for the collective today? We have the King of Wands. Interesting. What further guidance is there for the collective today? We have the Empress. Okay, and to clarify, let's choose an oracle from the Sacred Forest Oracle deck. What further guidance is there for the collective today? Activation. I'd say that's pretty accurate for what is going on. Okay, so we're starting off with the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups comes with a message to deliver, right? Usually the knights do. And the nature of this knight is that he's carrying a cup, which could be an emotional message, some sort of download, some sort of creative piece of artwork. But the important thing about this particular knight is that he is very idealistic. He loves love. He's very romantic, right? And so I associate it a lot with like this Neptunian Piscean energy of just us being able to kind of carry forward with a sense of trust, with a sense of surrender, with knowing that we have our gifts, whatever it is that they are, as we continue into the future, basically, as we continue on our dharma, as we continue on our path. The next card that we have is Judgment. I love this card personally because it means it's a moment of awakening. We have what I consider to be Archangel Gabriel with a trumpet, awakening these zombies, right? These people that are in coffins. So it speaks of a moment of us receiving signs, us receiving symbols, us receiving certain things that we have maybe been looking for, questions that we had about ourselves, about the world, and basically waking up to our true nature, or as I mentioned in the past card, waking up to our gifts, waking up to something that is there. It could even be waking up to maybe something that was idealized, something that was romanticized. But it could also just mean us coming out of a state of illusion, right? Us coming into greater truth. Why do I say that? Because we have the King of Wands. If you notice this king, excuse me, he has a salamander, and salamanders represent protection of fire, right? And he is also focusing solely on this wand right here. This wand represents all of his creative potential, everything that he wants to like bring into existence. He's very good at doing so. He's a manifester, right? So it's interesting that we started off with like a watery card, but we're being, kind of brought back to our manifestation powers with the King of Wands. This could also mean that we have a fiery man or a person who relates more to the masculine side in our life that's influencing us right now. And interestingly enough, we're finishing off with the Empress, right? The Empress is all about mothering. It's about receiving. It's about abundance, right? It's all about these Venusian themes. So usually when she comes up, it's around us being able to nourish ourselves. But right now, the way I'm also interpreting is that we have Venus, which is in Pisces, accompanying Jupiter and Neptune. So what is this telling me, other than the fact that we are already letting us know that there's an activation that's happening? So the way I interpret this particular transit that's going to happen today is that it is going to be an activation point for lots of us who have been doing the work, right? We have the higher octave of Pisces energies, which are all about creativity, which are all about manifestation, which are all about us being in our creative feminine power, right? If we think about Venus and Pisces and the expansion of Jupiter and the dreaminess of Neptune, it is about us connecting to the collective feminine, to this divine feminine aspect. But it could also mean that there's a sort of an awakening, right? An awakening or an activation towards the higher octaves of Pisces, which could be all these things I just mentioned, or the lower octaves of Pisces, which are, illusion or addiction, fogginess, lack of clarity, kind of like surrendering to the collective fear that has been kind of plaguing humanity, especially during these last 2 years. So what I feel that the general guidance for is today is that there is some sort of gift. There's some creative love, or, this could also be just a love for self, or someone else is coming with a message of love for you, or a particular gift on the emotional sphere. And it's going to help us activate. It's going to help us awaken to something that we didn't know within ourselves, because we're going to be able to harness more of our creative potential, our fiery potential, our masculine side of being able to focus on one thing and go directly towards it, while still being nurturing, while still understanding the importance of this feminine power that needs to kind of like englobe all of this other energy that was there, by allowing the spirit guardian of spring, right? And we're just entering to spring right now with an activation. We have like a maypole going on here. So I'm actually going to read a bit from this book, just to see what it says. It's Spirit Guardian of the Spring. Daffodils are surfacing through the dark, rich soil. Tiny green buds are busting forth on every tree as a cacophony of bird songs fills the air. Flowers are bursting into bloom, and there's a wild scampering through the forest as creatures, large and small, revel in the glorious energy of spring. A new cycle has begun. It says, get ready, big changes are ahead. Things that have been incubating are now coming to life. A profound transformation is ahead. Take risks, keep going. Prepare for this time of upheaval, fluctuations, renewal, and the end result will be glorious, right? So I think that, this is not a tower card. This is more one of an awakening of us, the dormant part of ourselves being activated into something with a lot more of creative potential, a lot more of focus, with some sort of gift. I see this as a gift that's coming in, being englobed by the daily, the sacred feminine, right? Okay, to finish today, I would like to pick a card from the Angel Oracle. I love this deck personally. So, beloved spirit of the universe, what loving guidance is there for the collective today? What loving guidance is there for the collective today? We have Archangel Gabriel. I am made whole by the message of love, brotherhood, and freedom. And I find that, a little bit funny because I just mentioned that this is Archangel Gabriel here coming with a trumpet, coming to awaken, basically. So we're gonna read a little bit about Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel is basically known as the Archangel of Annunciation, right? It's the Archangel that came to Mother Mary to tell her that she was gonna be the mother of Jesus. In the Muslim tradition, it is also known that Archangel Gabriel was the one who came to dictate the Quran to Muhammad. And there's just, you know, she's associated with artists, with writers. So it says, I am made whole by the message of love, brotherhood, and freedom. So I'll just read a little bit more. Traditionally, Gabriel is the messenger of the word of God. His name means God is my strength. He announces the mystery of incarnation to all souls before they are born, and he instructs us all as to what our talents and tasks in this world will be. He is a patron saint of small children, and he looks after and nourishes a child in each of us. A child who may be arrested in growth or wounded and in need of love. He guides us to release our inner child with words of tenderness and love. His guiding hand is always there to protect what is natural and pure within us. Gabriel helps us find the wisdom in our physical bodies and to know our personal truths. He respects the absolute individuality of each person. Gabriel's quintessential gift to us is to nurture our strength and our conviction that we are each making a valuable contribution to the spiritual development of humanity simply by being who we are. He is available to help us ascertain the truth of situations where there is conflict between what we know to be right and what is being presented as the truth. So there's a lot more to this, but I won't get into it because I feel like I already got what they're trying to tell us, right? Gabriel is here, and basically it says that Gabriel kind of tells us our mission, our truth, our purpose on earth before we are born, right? And this archangel helps us to kind of like remember that in a certain sense, right? And so here we literally have Archangel Gabriel waking up some of the zombies to the gifts that were being mentioned, right? The gifts that we're here to do with a strong creative force to be able to cultivate that, but still nurturing our inner child in a motherly way so that this activation can come forth. I think that was pretty beautiful. So I hope that you enjoyed this. If you are watching this on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe, like, and share if you feel that's going to resonate with someone you know. And I will be back here tomorrow. Bye.